तो एक आइडियल रिज्यूम जो होता है उसके आप 5 सेक्शंस बताइए जो मस्ट हैव होनी चाहिए हर एक रिज्यूम में के अंदर।
जब आप सेम भेज दे रहे हो विदाउट चेकिंग कि अगले को क्या चाहिए तो वो तो रिजेक्ट होना ही है. सो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू दैट, क्रिएट वन रेज्यूमे with highlighting your skill sets, experiences, education, everything.
एंड एक आता है कि you just have to drop a like on my post and then I'll see your profile and if your profile is relevant we'll reach out to you. So they are doing it for likes and comments only or they already have the job openings? What is your take on that?
See, this is just a trap to get viewership, visibility, and you can say probably more number of followers. Never ever go for hot chick, cool dude, and all those kind of, and like that sounds quite unprofessional. So go for professional email ID and never forget to include your LinkedIn profile link.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel Pitch and Hire. I'm your host Vanya Goyal and today we are diving into some of the most controversial and unspoken truth about job hunting. Joining us is someone who truly understands the hiring game inside out, Richa Singh, the founder of Resume Alliance. She's not just a LinkedIn top voice, she's also a university gold medalist, a trusted interview prep coach, resume writer, and a job search strategist. Richa has helped countless professionals transform their job search strategies and land the roles they have always wanted. We are breaking myths, challenging perceptions, and bringing you real, actionable insights to tackle your job search like a pro. So let's get started and meet Richa Singh and see what she has to say about it. So let's dive in. Okay guys, we finally have Richa over here. I have already told you about her, what she has done during her career. But yes, now let's hear from her what she has done, how did she started her journey, and it's time. Thank you Richa for being here today and taking out time.
Thank you so much, Vanya, for inviting me over here. I'm really glad to be here with you. So guys, I'm basically a resume expert and a soft skills trainer who believes in empowering individuals with crafting an impactful resume for them, optimizing their LinkedIn profile, and helping them hone their skills that help them achieve their dreams.
Wow. I mean, it is very important nowadays.
Exactly.
So, resume writing.
Yeah.
आप बताइए रिचा, लाइक रिज्यूम तो कोई भी बना सकता है. So why would somebody need a proper professional resume writer?
See, Vanya, the thing is that you can get the resume done even in $500. Hundreds of people are doing, and you can get it done through certain apps also. But again, the thing is that human touch is missing in that. और of course जब आप 500 रुपए में कुछ बनवाओगे and 5,000, 10,000 में बनवाओगे तो of course value is there, right? You can notice the difference of value. So the major thing is that there has to be alignment between your skill sets and what the organization or your potential employer is looking for. Suppose that you are looking for certain experience or skill sets and someone else is offering just opposite to that. Right. There is no alignment. तो उसमें तो कुछ नहीं होना है, right? It is definite that वो resume select नहीं होगा. So ensure that there is alignment between your skill set and what the organization is looking for. That is the key point here.
So you're helping job seekers to align their resume as per the job description.
Exactly.
Okay. So how many I would say how many resumes should a job seeker have?
See, the thing is that what happens, people generally make just one resume.
Right.
And they keep sending to all the organizations without any hesitation. होता क्या है? Again, the same thing. Every organization is looking for different experiences and skill sets. But जब आप same भेज दे रहे हो without checking कि अगले को क्या चाहिए, तो वो तो reject होना ही है. So what you need to do that, create one resume with highlighting your skill sets, experiences, education, everything. But every time you have to tweak it, optimize it as per the requirement of the organization.
Right.
So it is highly recommended that you tweak it or optimize it every time you are sending to a new organization.
Is it a good idea to add LinkedIn ID in the on the top of your resume?
Absolutely. That is very important question, and it is highly recommended because your hiring manager is definitely going to look for you beyond your resume because they want to understand who you are as an individual.
Correct.
Like on resume, few people just write anything on the name of optimization. कि JD के साथ alignment करना है तो कुछ भी लिख दो. Whatever is mentioned in JD, they simply repeat it, which is not the right way.
Okay.
So when the hiring manager lands on your LinkedIn profile, they get a chance to go through your expertise, your thought process, and how you think, your perspectives on different matters.
So एक ideal resume जो होता है उसके आप 5 sections बताइए जो must have होनी चाहिए हर एक resume में के अंदर.
See, first thing is that education is important from you can say freshers perspective. Internship, skill sets. Skill sets generally we divide into 2 parts: technical skills and soft skills. Soft skills is playing quite a crucial role in today's environment. Then work experience and exclusive achievements, awards, and the most important part is that professional or profile summary, which goes on the top of the resume. How impactful is your profile summary? That decides whether the hiring manager is going through your resume further or no. This is the key point here. Take time, invest time, do research, and create an impactful profile summary that speaks for you.
Right? Guys, सारे tips मिल रहे हैं आपको. You can save your thousands now.
It's going pretty fast.
Okay. So moving on, एक hype market में है आजकल ATS resume. So it is actually complicating the life of job seekers, or it is solving the life of job seekers?
Of course, it is solving the life of job seekers, but beyond that, it is really making hiring managers' life very easy.
Right.
The thing is that most of the bigger organization or any organization who has employee 500 plus, you can say, or 1,000, when they go for hiring process, they get thousands of resumes.
Right.
और किसी भी बंदे या बंदी के लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है कि thousands of resume वो पढ़े manually, which is not possible. So what happens, hiring managers in any mid-size or bigger organizations are getting thousands of resumes for one position, and manually it is not possible for anyone to go through thousands of resumes personally. So what they do, they go for ATS software as we are using in Pitch and Hire as well,
Right.
to skim through the relevant ones. So what happens in ATS software, hiring managers feed their requirements. Let's say that what kind of education they are looking for, experiences or skill sets. So what ATS does, it screens through all the resume and just select those ones which are in alignment as per the requirements and
Gives you
just
score
reject.
accordingly, right?
Yeah, gives a score accordingly and reject which are not in alignment with the
Right.
requirement. So that is why ATS definitely helps in easing the life of hiring manager, and it is equally important for the job seekers to make their ATS resume ATS compatible so that it clears the initial screening and you get the call for interview.
So in fact, 90% of companies are using ATSs now, right?
Absolutely.
So there are high chances if your resume is getting rejected again and again, and there could be the issue with the ATS resume. Your resume might not have the keywords, and that is why it is getting rejected.
So the key point is that go through the job description thoroughly and utilize the keywords used in the JD in your resume.
Right.
But the important part is that don't just copy the skills and pour it in your resume. Just make the alignment as per your genuine experience and skill sets that you have.
So is this the wise idea to use ChatGPT to make ATS resumes?
Wonderful question, one. But the thing is that, to be honest here, ChatGPT's language, anyone who is using it or has used at least once can easily make through it. So I would suggest that you may get certain inspiration. Maybe you can go for better language or articulation, but don't solely depend on ChatGPT.
Right.
So ChatGPT using is not really a great idea.
Right.
Either you can make it yourself, or if you are finding it difficult, always go for some professional help. People are
So
there.
today itself, one candidate, a job seeker, reached out to me for a job position, and what she did is, I guess she found the cover letter from ChatGPT. So what ChatGPT does is, it gave us the format, right? So उसमें क्या था, वो bracket में लिखा हुआ था company name और skill set, और and she just copy pasted blindly and sent it to me that I'm looking for a job in your company. This is my resume and cover letter. So I was like, okay, thanks for applying, but then please, when you are copy pasting, then do it wisely, because you have to cheat wisely, right? So your take on that? You must be getting these kind of profiles as well.
Very well. So apart from this cover letter thing, I often get inbox LinkedIn messages which are created
By ChatGPT.
by using ChatGPT. And as you said,
Right.
within brackets you get enter your name, your
Right.
designation and all. So that denotes that how professional you are
Correct.
and how detail oriented approach you have.
Right.
So always try to save yourself from spoiling your first impression
Correct.
by not doing that. Don't blindly depend on ChatGPT or Gemini or any other, you can say, such things.
Correct. Because, first impression is everything. And now, obviously, after seeing this sort of copy pasting, I don't think she would be a good match for my organization's requirement, right? So I told her, I guided her though, and told her, whenever you're applying again, you will have to make sure that you're copy pasting it, right? But then for now, good luck. I won't be able to consider you further because first impression is last impression, right?
Absolutely.
Correct. So, moving further, there are people who are writing wrong emails, and people are not ready to share their contact numbers as well in the resume. So, please suggest them. What should they do?
So, first thing is that after your name and designation, the most important thing has to be there: your mobile number, contact number, professional email ID. Never ever go for hot chick, cool dude, and all those kind of, and like that sounds quite unprofessional. So go for professional email ID, and never forget to include your LinkedIn profile link
Right.
in contact details sections.
And there are people जो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा ना अपने profiles को, I would say resume को, उसमें pictures और graphics और वो सब डाल के उसको enhance करने की try करते हैं. So is it mandatory, or what kind of impact does it leave?
Vanya, let me tell you, you are asking quite relevant questions which are going to be really helpful. So the thing is that अभी कुछ दिन पहले क्या हुआ था, infographic resume का बहुत craze हो रहा था.
Correct.
See, infographic is okay. You can say that is okay for designing people who are going to display same skill sets in their work. But rest of the people, infographic resume could be deadly. So the thing is that ATS software find it really difficult to screen through the infographic resume. So what are the infographic resumes? You use your photograph, lot of boxes, designing element, tables, charts. These are the key elements of infographic resume, which are a big no. They can create blunder, and your resume can get rejected. So go for clear, concise formatting and simple resume. You can use bit of color combination, but don't go for drastic change by applying design elements, lot of colors or charts, photographs, and photograph is a big no. On a global scale, if you look, you will realize that certain organizations are strictly against the photograph, because that creates a ground for discrimination on the gender and all those things. So using photograph is not recommended. So don't get trapped by infographic resumes. That looks great, but that is not going to be helpful, to be honest.
Right. And then, but yes, you can add your LinkedIn profile and you can make it professional. You can definitely add your photograph there.
And one more thing, Vanya, I would suggest that don't go for too gaudy color. Always choose professional colors: blue, black, grey and white.
Right.
Stick to these colors.
Correct, correct. So, there is lots of debate going on the length of the resumes as well. So what should be the ideal length of the resume?
See, ideal length of the resume, if the candidate is a fresher or up to 5 years of experience, it is recommended 1 page because that is more than enough. You just have to highlight your education, internship, extracurricular activities, projects that you have done. So going beyond 1 page is not recommended and no one is going through it. And the thing is that 1 page से ज़्यादा क्यों होता है? People start including their family details, unnecessary achievements like whatever they have done on school level, they performed well in some dance competition. How does it going to help in your professional setting? Right. So just try to remove all the irrelevant element and stick to 1 pager. But of course, people beyond 5 years of experience, mid-level or senior level people may go to 1 page or maybe 2 page or 2.5 page. But Vanya, I want to add here that certain professions, let's say that if someone is professor or scientist, they of course need to go beyond 2 page क्योंकि उनके तो इतने सारा projects होते हैं, publications होते हैं. If they are just mentioning the titles, it will go beyond 2 page.
Right.
So it depends where you are going to apply.
Correct.
Right.
So lots of HRs keep posting the positions every day, and एक आता है कि you just have to drop a like on my post and then I'll see your profile, and if your profile is relevant, we'll reach out to you. So they are doing it for likes and comments only, or they already have the job openings? What is your take on that?
See, this is just a trap to get viewership, visibility, and you can say probably more number of followers.
Correct.
So I believe so they don't have any opportunity in reality. That is just a crowd puller, you can say. Why would any hiring manager look for likes or comments?
Right.
And if someone is really looking for a good candidate for the given position, because the job role doesn't demand liking or commenting.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So that is just a trap.
So
Don't go for that.
Recruiters get a number of applications every day. So are they actually looking at the profiles that they are getting, or the relevant question I would say is how many resumes can a recruiter check in a day on an average?
See, manually it is quite difficult to go through large number of resumes. Let's say that 50 resume or max to max 70 they can go through. And here the key point is that how impactful your resume. See, ATS screening is clear. Your resume has reached the human element.
Right.
It is with the hiring manager, but they take hardly 5 to 7 seconds to go through it. When the resume is clearly formatted, it is easier to go through all the sections easily.
Correct.
Information is clearly mentioned, and your profile summary is engaging enough.
Correct.
That helps the hiring manager to go through further detail.
Right.
And if your resume is confusing, not clear, sections are confusing, so of course it will go to the bin.
So, for example, you are a recruiter and you received so and so application today, and obviously first glance is very important. आप पहले देखोगे और 5 सेकंड देखोगे कि कैसा है, and then either you will decide कि आपको आगे इसको पढ़ना है या फिर आपको उसको रिजेक्ट कर देना है, and you'll move on to this next one. So during these 5 seconds, what are the first few things that every recruiter is checking in the profile?
First is profile summary, then contact details are not there. LinkedIn profile is another important factors. Everything is okay, but of course we would like to know about the person as an individual.
Right.
Who is he or her in real life, how they think, their thought process. Because sometimes what happens, people's attitude could be a supporter, or maybe it can bring the hiring manager on denial mode.
Right.
That is why resume is not the final call to get the job. Interview also matters, where they get to know that your presentation skill, attitude, and all those things, detail oriented approach. So resume's responsibility is only limited till you get the interview call.
Right.
After that, you have to perform, you have to highlight your skills, showcase your expertise. Right?
True. So there are people who are not even mentioning job responsibilities or project descriptions in their resume. So I think this is also very important, right?
Yeah, of course, that is important. But here I would like to tell you, Vanya, that rather than mentioning or highlighting roles and responsibilities, you are supposed to highlight that what you did and what was the result. Just mentioning the roles and responsibilities would not help, because each and every hiring manager knows that what is the potential role and roles and responsibilities for a given position. So the thing is that you may go for STAR approach. You must be knowing the STAR approach:
Yeah.
situation, task, action, and result. So go through, use that optimized STAR method to highlight your achievements or results that you are bringing to the table. Because the end thing is that what you are bringing to the table, that's what matters at the end.
Okay, great. So how should somebody approach to a resume writer? For example, I am a job seeker और मुझे guidance चाहिए अपना resume write करने के लिए. So obviously I think LinkedIn is one platform where they can find. So how should they decide, like, this is the person I should contact and get my resume done from?
See, this is a good question. So what happened, I came across a client who told me that whenever he searched for resume writer, he kept getting my suggestion. That was really a good feeling for me as well. But to be honest, what you can do, you can go through the recommendation section on LinkedIn, and you can you'll get a fair idea how other person is working. And the other thing is that you interact with the potential expert whom you want to work with and understand his or her attitude. You can ask few questions like, is it one-time project that resume is done and the job is over, or if he or she can follow up with you, is he or she is there to help you if you need further help once the project is closed. So there has to be certain clarity. How supportive is your expert? That makes a big difference.
So how does a resume writer decide whom should they help? Like, for example, if you're getting 10 requests in a day, so are you helping literally everybody, or you might reject someone as well कि नहीं हम आपकी help नहीं कर पाएंगे? And if you are rejecting someone's requirement, then why?
Okay, Vana. So what happens, I generally believe in interactive with the client. So that gives me a fair idea. What happens, sometimes few clients are utterly confused. So what happens, whatever solution you are providing to them, they will say, नहीं ये तो हो नहीं सकता है. So once you understand that the person is not open for communication, so no point in going after that person. And the another thing is that I generally go for organic lead. So people come to me, and on the basis of that, as per my interaction with them, I decide whether to go for that person or no. And second criteria is that when people go for, like, how much discount you are giving, कितना दे रहे हो discount. So you can imagine, agar resume is such a crucial document that defines your career, right, or future opportunities. अगर आप वहाँ भी discount मांग रहे हो, so what to say? It depends. If freshers are there, we can consider. But if people with 15-20 years of experience who are getting relevant salaries, what's the need to ask for discount? You and me are also professionals like them, right? It's not, you can say, vegetable market.
Correct.
That you can ask for discount. So always go for discovery call. You can go for Zoom call is always better instead of you can say phone call, because you will get to understand the body language, expression, so that you can decide whether you want to work with that person or no.
What are the tools that you are using to check the ATS score?
There are different websites. You can go for that, and I believe that anything above 75% is good enough. So that's how you can
one
check.
or two reliable website that you would recommend to anybody to check.
Reliable websites. So there are a lot many. Canva have also featured, Glassdoor, and few more are there. So that depends which one you are comfortable with.
So Richa, is the hiring process, is ऑल अबाउट स्किल्स, या फिर कभी कभी हम ये भी सोच सकते हैं कि यार इसका लक चल रहा है तो इसलिए इसको मिल रहा है जॉब जल्दी?
See, one other thing is that skill set, experiences, and whatever expertise we have, those are the things that we can control. Luck is beyond our control, right? And more than luck, you can say that what organization is looking for, how appropriate your skill sets are as per the requirement of the organization. So I do believe in luck, but to certain extent. So let's focus on the things that are beyond our reach. Upskill yourself as per the market trend and as per the requirement of the organization. No point in chasing after the things that is absolutely beyond our control. It's a luck. So it depends market demand, how strong is your networking. If you have certain strong referral from within the organization where you are applying for, more than luck.
So how much on an average these job seekers are paying to get these ATS resumes built?
See, it depends on the professional how much they are charging. But nowadays there is a trend that you are getting the bundle of packages, which includes resume, cover letter, LinkedIn profile optimization at one place, which is quite beneficial for people rather than you are going for different services from different professionals. So go to one professional at one place. It depends for freshers. You can say that all these services comes closer to let's say 3 to 5,000, but for people beyond 10 years, it goes 8 to 15,000. Again, depending on the expert who you are choosing. So that is context based.
Okay, all right, good to know that. So people are actually investing money on resume writing. Like मैंने तो कभी सोचा नहीं था.
Absolutely. Vanya, you imagine someone who is not getting any opportunity. जहाँ भी resume भेज रहे हैं, rejection आ रहा है, no calls. What happens? Clear rejection is still okay.
Right.
That you get to know that you are not going to get that job or opportunity. But जब कोई answer नहीं आता है, that to be honest, I feel that is really rude on the part of hiring manager. At least यार candidate को बता तो दो. And I believe that one should give clear feedback also. Sometimes what happens, you keep asking hiring manager क्या हुआ, will get back to you. Answer is that you will get back to you, जो कि कभी होता नहीं है. So please, hiring managers, if you are listening, please be kind to the candidates. Tell them that this time they are not getting hired. Probably they will consider them in future, and if possible, provide them with the help that why they are not getting this opportunity at present.
Correct.
And what improvement they need to do in themselves. Do this fair to them. That would be really nice of you.
Right. So a good feedback, in at least to the people you are investing time with, who you are interviewing. We are not saying the resumes that you are rejecting. We are sure that you cannot give feedback to all the resumes, but at least people who are investing time with you, coming to your office or giving you virtual interviews, you can at least give them the good feedback. Why, the reason why they have been rejected, so that it can help them to get another job, right?
Absolutely.
Because ghosting is not good, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they are not looking for other opportunity in the hope
Right.
that you might call them back.
Correct.
So let them be free. Yeah.
So, few mistakes that you think these recruiters are doing in the hiring process, and if they would sort it, then the hiring could be better.
So one thing is that see, being a resume expert, I'll always advocate for resume, right? But the thing is that try to understand the candidate beyond resume,
Right.
because you are not going to hire an individual solely on the basis of resume.
Correct.
Try to do the background check, understand the candidate's attitude and detail oriented approach, learnability, how teachable they are, particularly in the context of freshers.
Right.
So if you are considering all these facts, particularly their attitude, attitude, how dedicated, passionate they are towards their expertise or work, that makes whole difference.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that would really make a difference. So, these days, companies are asking lots of skills in the freshers as well, and then freshers are I have seen lots of posts from fresher on over LinkedIn कि आप हमें experience दोगे नहीं तो हम कैसे अपना experience बनाएंगे, right? So how are you managing your fresher candidates and enhancing their resume?
So, Vanya, what I would suggest to freshers, if they don't have experience, they can go for internships. Let's say that if they are not getting stipend, I would suggest don't run after money. If you are gaining experience and knowledge, go for that. The thing is that you keep upskilling yourself as per the market trend. What is the requirement of your industry? Keep upskilling according to that. Do projects relevant to your industries. That would be really helpful in that. And another part is that few employers or recruiters, they might be seeing lack of experience as drawback, but many of them consider it as a positive aspect because the freshers are like clean sheet. You can teach them, so focus on their learnability and teach them new skills as per the requirement of your organization. See, the people who have experience, let's say 5 years or 10 years, they gradually develop know-it-all attitude, which is not going to help your organization. So, I would say don't look at lack of experience as a drawback. Instead of that, start looking at as a positive aspect, that the candidate is teachable, you can teach them and help them hone their skills as per your requirement.
So, since the AI has come, so has it anyhow impacted your industry, your work anyway? And if it has, then in a good way or a bad way?
So, my industry in particular,
Right.
right. See, AI is quite helpful, particularly in generating ideas or language articulation is also good. But to be honest, Vanya, hota kya hai, when you go through certain write-up or let's say article or any document, you can easily make through the language that it is written by ChatGPT.
Correct.
तो
True.
उसमें क्या होता है, ह्यूमन टच तो बिल्कुल ही मिसिंग होता है. इट इज टू बी ऑनेस्ट clear machine language that has nothing to do with emotions or experiences, and even storytelling part is missing. So AI is impacting, people are getting their resume done through AI, but again वो वही होता है and same resume AI is making for each and every candidate.
Right.
तो वही होता है, bulk purchase type का हो जाता है. No, you can say it cannot help you stand apart from the crowd because the whole world is using that. If you want to stand apart from the crowd, invest time, money, effort to get yourself noticed.
Yeah, true. I mean, that was great insight. So, to wrap up the session now, Richa, so last thing, if you would want to give some final suggestions to our job seekers, कि ये अगर वो ये चीज़ करेंगे तो they would definitely land the job.
So, the final suggestion that I would like to give to job seekers is that understand the requirement of your industry. Rather than going for upskilling in any segment कि ये अभी trending है तो ये कर लेते हैं वो कर लेते हैं, try to understand what is the requirement of your industry specifically. On the basis of that, you upskill yourself. That makes the whole difference. And apart from that, invest time in networking. Try to build connections within the organization that you are targeting, because most of the organization opt for internal referral program. Suppose that someone is already, let's say that Vanya is working in particular organization and I am her friend. If I will request her to refer me in her organization and she refers me to her hiring managers, of course I will gain extra credibility.
Right.
So that is how networking helps in hiring process.
Correct.
And of course, focus on building an impressive resume, which is clear, easy to read, and help hiring manager skim through all the information easily. Don't overcomplicate it by using all the infographic element, and please don't use your photograph, no matter how beautiful or smart you are.
Okay. This was great insights, Richa, and I'm sure it must have helped a lot of job seekers. And still, if you need any help, she is always available on LinkedIn. You can reach out to her to take any sort of guidance and mentorship and take her services for the resume writing. Apart from that, I'm sure she must have saved lots of thousands over here. If you'll see the podcast and you'll get the idea if you would want to give it a try yourself to make your resume. Otherwise, she is there to help you out. Till then, guys, keep liking and subscribing Pitch and Hire. And yes, actually ATS is a buzz right now in the market, so you will have to make sure that you are understanding what ATS keywords are, how ATS system works, and that is why we have Pitch and Hire as well. You can also build your ATS resume for free from Pitch and Hire. So till then, guys, take care of yourself. You need to subscribe, the bell icon, and you need to click there to get the latest notifications. We have more and more podcasts coming in future. So till then, take care, bye bye, and keep subscribing.